What's up, guys? My name is Jack here from NordCarolina.com, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install a Momo boss and steering wheel into a 740. This is going to apply to any pre-airbag cars. All cars with an airbag and a clock spring, you're going to need a different guide. This is just going to be a basic write-up on how to install the boss and how to wire in the horn button. Let's get started. All right, so to do this, it's going to be a pretty basic setup. You need your boss, which is essentially the adapter to adapt it from the stock steering wheel to the Momo. So these Momos use the standard, I think it's 6 by 170 millimeter bolt pattern. You can find that on a bunch of Momos, Sparco, OMP, MPI steering wheels. They all use this same 6-spoke pattern. Mine obviously came with just a generic Momo horn button, and then obviously you have a little wiring kit and the centering ring. So first thing I'm going to show you guys how to do, we're going to hop into the car, pop the steering wheel cover off, and also get under the hood and disconnect the battery. So on these early models that don't have a proper airbag, they just have a cover. And what I usually do is you can just kind of get your fingers underneath the bottom, and you're just going to pry it up and out. You can just see it's just a rubber insert. There's no clips or anything to hold it in. It's essentially a press fit. It's got these ridges along the edge that kind of slot into the steering wheel all the way around to hold it in place. And that is going to reveal our hub bolt. And then also you can see the wire for the horn buttons. So to remove the wheel, I just have a 17 mil on a small extension, and I should just be able to zap it out. They do need a little bit of torque. That's why I've never really been a fan of using a hand tool to get them out. It's a lot easier to use the rotational force of a power tool. Now, before you go and pull the wheel off, make sure your wheels are exactly straight and it's exactly centered how you want the wheel to be sitting. I'm just going to make a quick mark with a paint pen on both the wheel and the splines. That way, if I ever have to put it back to normal, or if I have to straighten it back out before I put the boss back on, I at least have a reference of where the wheel was before. All right, with those two marks made, I can just slide the steering wheel straight back off, revealing the stock hub for the car. So I will leave a link to this Momo hub in the description. I actually sell them on my website, but you can pretty much find them in a lot of places. The part number, I believe, is 9011. So what you'll actually see is the way that a 740 and 760 horn works is that you have a positive connection that's coming in permanently through the steering hub. And then when you hit the horn button, you actually complete the ground on the circuit, and that's what triggers the horn. So you only actually have one wire. You can see it actually comes with it. So as you can see, it has that one cable that comes through, and there's actually a slight mark that says top. So I'm just going to line that up, and I'm going to try to get this bolt hole as straight onto the hub as I can get it. And once I get that all lined up with the spline I want, I will show you what I got. All right, so now that we have this bolted in and we have our positive line coming in from the car, what we need to do is give a new negative for the horn button. So on the original wheel, you had positive coming in, you hit the buttons, it was grounded through the steering wheel back to that bolt in the center. But because now we've extended out the shaft and we're using an aftermarket kit, the ring that the button is sitting in has a little tab for the ground. Now this comes with the boss kit. The steering wheel I got also came with one, but it did not have any sort of tab on it, mostly because it's generic, whereas this is actually designed for this car. So this ground cable will go to the ground mark. You can see that little mark down here by my thumb. That's the ground, and then we'll have the positive coming in right here, so that when you hit the horn button, you press down, these two are now connected, and it should, in theory, make the horn work. So let's put it all together and give it a test. So right now, before I put the horn button in, I'm just getting the bolts that hold the steering wheel in just kind of finger tight. Everything's kind of sandwiched together, so it's a little bit easier to do with the wheel on there. Um, Obviously, this kind of holds everything in place. So let me get all 6 of these bolts in, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I got the positive connected to the back of the horn, and then I got the negative cable running to that ring that we installed behind the steering wheel. And now when I hit the horn, obviously battery's reconnected. Horn button works perfectly. So that's hopefully an easy guide on how to do it. I'm sure I missed some steps or made something seem really easy. Obviously, I'm just going to go back and kind of tighten these down a little bit more with the little supplied little dinky Allen key. Didn't end up needing the generic ring that mine came with or that extension cable. Obviously, like I said, the wheel is generic. What's more important is the boss kit that is made for your car. I think Momo has 2 different ones for the 7 series and 9 series cars. Obviously, some are for the later models with the airbag. Mine not being an airbag makes it super easy to do this upgrade. And also, you go from a almost 16-inch wheel to a 14-inch wheel. Obviously, on video, this still looks huge, but I can tell you in person, it feels a lot smaller than the stock wheel. I might grab that just to show you the size comparison. Now, this is going to look pretty silly, but you can see the stock wheel quite literally goes around this Momo. I mean, I would say it's a good, 20, 30 mil, at least smaller. I don't know exactly what the size of the stock steering wheel is. I think these Momos, most of them are, I believe, a 330. I might put something on screen because I'm pretty much sure I'm wrong. But yeah, let's get this little tag cut off here and go take it for a test drive and see how it feels.